What's up YouTube, Capital G here, got a ton of news and information for you guys to check out in this video because Konami just dropped some bombshells on the Yu-Gi-Oh community. You guys know how at Comic-Con Marvel laid out their plans and revealed all of what they have for Phase 4. Well, ain't nobody got time for that because Konami just laid out Yu-Gi-Oh Phase 4, and as a Yu-Gi tuber, I'm obviously much more interested in that. All joking aside, Konami just actually laid out every single major release that is going to take place and will actually hit us in stores for the remainder of the Vrains era. Now, this is for the OCG, and understand that this will not perfectly translate simply because there will be some of these products, for instance, the Extra Pack 2019, that are just never going to come to the TCG. However, it is my belief that we will see a majority of these products. So it's really cool that Konami did go ahead and lay this out for us, because it means that we really don't have to go around guessing, oh, how many more structure decks are we going to get? Are we going to get a Link Vrains Pack 3, for instance, which they did announce? And there's so many crazy and amazing things that are coming for the remainder of the Vrains era. So let's go ahead and start talking about them. And they also talked about a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Era 7, which I think is also fascinating. Not that much, but we'll cover that as well. So for starters, you can see it starts with Chaos Impact, which of course will be our next core booster set in the TCG. We're gonna get Chaos Impact in October, and that will be the last core booster set that we get for the end of the year. This set just got released in the OCG, so I was actually quite surprised that they already started talking about Ignition Assault and showing off some of the cards, which, if you guys did not know, I'll talk about and I'll cover some of those cards tomorrow. But yes, Konami actually did start showing some of those off. Anyways, Chaos Impact is a set that we know all the cards about, or all the cards from. We obviously don't know the TCG exclusives. Maybe there'll be more Dream Mirrors. Maybe they'll move on to something else. But this is where kind of this timeline begins. Next up, it goes to Mystic Fighters, which we know most of what's inside of Mystic Fighters. We know about the three archetypes, the Process Slayers, the Generates, I believe they're called, and then obviously the Dragon Maids. Interesting enough, Konami they have kept those damn Dragon Maids under wraps. I think that is actually kind of crazy, just how kind of tight-lipped that they've been about this archetype. They really have not been talking about the Dragon Maids. They just revealed another artwork for a Dragon Maid card, but still have not revealed the entire archetype. I think that's kind of weird, but Mystic Fighters is going to be the next kind of deck building booster set that's going to be coming out. I think that depending on how good the Dragon Maids are will really determine how strong the set is. We also have the Link Vrains Duelist set. This is a product that really revolves around kind of the anime and really archetypes from the anime, like Ignisters and, well, no, excuse me, Ignisters aren't going to be in here, but Cybers like Rocket, Salamangreat, Ultra Guys, Marine set, stuff like that. We also have the brand new Warrior Strike structure deck. This card, or the cover card of this, the God Phoenix Gear Free, just got revealed. You guys will probably see that video before this one. The card is absolutely fucking insane. If you did not watch that video, you definitely should, because this structure deck looks like it is going to be incredibly competitive, and the boss monster is basically just broken. So this should be our next structure deck in the TCG. Will we see this before the end of the year? I think that we probably will, and I think that it'll be one that a lot of players are going to want to pick up because the boss monster is fucking insane. Our next core booster set after Chaos Impact is actually going to be Ignition Assault. We already knew a little bit about this booster set. We knew kind of like its existence, and I thought that it was pretty much a given that it was going to be revolving around I from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrain and his Ignister archetype. I thought that was kind of obvious just based on the name of this booster set. Turns out that is actually correct. If you guys don't watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, you probably are like, who the hell is I? But don't worry about that. I think from what I've seen, because I am about 35 episodes behind, I'm not current, although I do plan on catching up eventually on Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, I think that his archetype might actually be somewhat similar to DDD, because it's pretty much a given that his archetype is going to have Link monsters. We know, I believe, of some of them on the show, but I think he also synchro summons, and oddly enough, this monster right here, the cover card, which is one of I's monsters. This is actually an XC monster, and this is kind of cool because of all the booster packs, of all the core booster sets, the only characters to have cover cards so far have been Playmaker or Revolver. I is the first character outside of just those two characters to have one of his monsters be a cover card. I thought it was going to be Soul Burner, but nope, it actually is it's I, so that's kind of cool. Then it goes on to a new Legendary Duelist right here. Looks like this is going to be coming out in November for the OCG. I don't know what the theme of this one is going to possibly be. I would like to see maybe anti-heroes. That could be kind of good. Or maybe, I don't know, comic relief characters. That could also be cool. I mean, there's obviously a bunch of different classifications and categories that Konami could choose from. They just did villains, so I seriously doubt that it's going to be villains. And then one that a lot of people are going to just fucking go bananas over. Link Vrains Pack 3 has been officially announced, and we are going to be getting that in the OCG around, looks like it's going to be at the end of November. So this will obviously be if you have a favorite archetype out there and you didn't get a Link monster in the first couple of Link Vrains packs, this obviously will be, you know, 20 more opportunities. Now, you guys know we don't get Link Vrains packs in the TCG, so there's no reason for us to even think, hey Cap, when are we gonna get Link Vrains? But no, don't even think about it. We don't get Link Vrains pack, guys. You know that. Konami imports these in our products throughout the year. Konami, if you don't give Lunalights a fucking Link monster, I swear to goodness, just do it. We also have a couple of structure decks announced as well. Now, one of these, it's not confirmed right now, but one of these I would imagine, guys, is going to be the Shadow structure deck. You guys know that they won the voting for the 20 archetype poll. I would imagine that it's you know, going to be one that Konami doesn't dilly-dally and take a long time. It could be this one right here because it does appear to be in dark font. Shadows are a dark archetype right here, and in January, this is actually going to be another core booster set after Ignition Assault, and this is actually going to be the last core booster set of the Vrains era. After this, the next booster set after that is going to be whatever Yu-Gi-Oh! Era 7 is going to be called, but this is the last booster set of our of the Vrains era, the last core booster sets. Then we have a structure deck, another structure deck R. Not sure, some people were saying that this is going to be a Charmer structure deck. I need some confirmation for that. But I do know that this is going to be one more structure deck. And then I actually don't know what this last product is. Let me go ahead and see what this is. This is going to be, oh, okay, looks like it's going to be a deck building, another deck building pack. Okay, deck building packs, obviously we get 3 different archetypes, and they premiere, and sometimes we get a lot of, well, not even sometimes, but in the deck build packs, we also get a bunch of like reprints and stuff like that, but that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, this is basically the full breakdown of what Konami has planned for the remainder of the Vrains era. Now, obviously, you can't talk about the era ending without talking about the next era beginning, aka Master Rule 5. Well, this video was actually posted on YouTube, and this is legitimate. Understand that everything that was shown here is or was provided by Konami. This is all confirmed from people who were actually at the event and stuff like that. Konami did announce that the 7th Yu-Gi-Oh! Animated series has already started production. It's something that they've already started shooting, so I guess it's interesting because right now, there is no manga for Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. They're kind of doing a side piece, or they're kind of doing like a little side anime, kind of like a little bit of a spin-off. And I guess that means that Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains is just not going to get a manga. I wonder if the next anime series is going to be based around this kid, or is it going to be something entirely new? And also, you know, what mechanic could we see? I mean, maybe we won't get a new mechanic. Maybe we'll get a new summoning method. Maybe we won't. I think it'll be interesting to see exactly where Konami goes, but obviously, guys, as more information comes out, of course, I will cover it. But what do you think? What do you think about Konami kind of announcing that this will be the final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains? Which, if you guys have not seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, I'm just gonna throw this in there, man. Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, and I am not, even though I'm a Yu-Gi-Tuber, I am not a shill from the anime. If you ask me my honest opinion, I wouldn't be like, yo, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V perfect. I'd be like, Arc V has its moments, it's good at certain points, but there are also parts of that show that are an absolute fucking mess. But if you ask me my honest opinion on Vrains, considering that well, I guess I've seen over half the show, probably about 60% of it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains is absolutely fucking amazing. Like, it is a borderline masterpiece. The show is honestly that good. Unless it falls off a cliff in season 3, I would definitely have no problems giving a recommendation to this for everybody. But whenever you guys think about all the craziness Konami announced, Link Vrains Pack 3, only 3 more core booster sets in the Vrains era, the announcement of a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime already in production, leave it in the comment section below. I will also talk a little bit more about what could be to come for Master Rule 5, etc., etc. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.